would you take things further, or would you be like, no, let's wait?
Probably not. I don't know.
Oh.
I think it also depends on specific scenario, but usually I would say no.
Wait, usually you would say no
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah, or I mean,
So
yeah.
just curious, what was there was the 6'2", gorgeous Asian guy.
Yeah.
Did you have this position when you were talking with him?
No.
Okay, so back then you were like, just kind of
Yeah,
totally
I
fine.
went with the flow.
And then what changed?
The other guys wasn't as attractive as the 6'2" Asian guy?
No, that's not the case at all.
Okay.
I don't know. I think what I look for in men is just not someone who like makes a move the first time we hang out. I've also, I think, internally matured a lot to make that change.
Why, you don't want to feel like you're being used for sex, or they're just after?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know there was a debate going on right now. It's like,
oh yeah, you talking about?
There's the
I took a lot of flack for coming on tonight.
Oh yeah, I
debate.
forgot.
Yeah.
I probably would have pulled out too, Brian.
But I guess like this always comes up on the show, and it's always kind of, I still haven't been able to perfectly articulate kind of why it rubs me the wrong way. But Q, maybe you can weigh in. It's like, so you told us this story where you went over to a guy's house at 10 p.m., you just met him, and you slept with him within an hour.
Correct.
And as a guy, look, it's your call as a woman. If you could have slept with 100 men within 30 minutes of meeting them, first time, and then the 100th one, man number 101, you're going to make him wait until marriage. You can do that. Like, that's your choice as a woman. But if I was the guy in that perspective, if I was potentially guy number 101 to come around, I would not accept that. Insofar as I just wouldn't, it would be such a, like, almost a slap in the face. I'd just be like, I'm not waiting for you, goodbye. I don't want to date you. And so I guess I'm trying to like wrap my head around like that whole thing.
Well, I mean, there's a couple factors at play. The first thing is closed mouths don't get fed. So if a guy is with a girl and he doesn't make a move or he's not assertive, then she's gonna take the path of least resistance. If he ain't asking, if he ain't trying, she ain't gonna give it up. She ain't just gonna throw herself at her. Especially,
I'm not talking like in her situation where she's dating these introverts that are scared to make a move.
You talking about,
like, for example, I've encountered this before where it's like, I tend to vet the girls a little bit, so I'll ask them about their past relationship history, their dating history, and they'll typically reveal, I've had some one-night stands, flings here and there. They'll say even they'll even tell me how recently, and then they'll be like, well, I want to get to know you better, and I want to wait 3 dates, blah, 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 and all this shit. And I'm like, I lose interest. I'm like, okay, well, look, I am interested in a long-term relationship, but I'm also not going to wait 3, 4, 5 dates. I'm not going to wait 1, 2, 3 months for sex because I'm not a virgin. I'm not waiting. You're not a virgin either. We're both adults. Like,
yeah, women have these little episodes where they don't want to be seen as well, even if they are. It makes no sense to us as men, but there are moments where women decide, like, I'm not going to do this again, or they didn't like the fact that they hooked up with a guy and the guy didn't stay around, so they're like, I'm not going to give up sex too quickly, because we also got to remember sometimes the guys that women hook up with, they probably do want to pursue something further with, and the guy just doesn't want to. So it's different scenarios, it's different factors at play. And as a guy, of course, you have the right to say no. I would, in that same situation, I would do what you do. Like, I'd be like, no, I'm not waiting. And other guys didn't have to wait, but I'm typically the guy who gets it when I want it, as soon as I want it. So I can't relate to the men who wait in line or who get denied sex. So from your perspective, I do understand. But there are times where women are just like, I want to change. I want to be different. I want somebody to court me. I want somebody to romance me. And they don't think about the fact that they've been. Yes, they don't consider that, and they don't care.
But
They just want to change
but
it.
I mean, the thing with that though is that I don't actually even believe that that's even genuine, because if an attractive enough guy comes along and she knows, even if he's direct about his casual intentions with her, if he's attractive enough, she'll still break
Hail and well
she'll
met.
break the rule.
She'll try to.
Lol Paladins donated $200.02. It's not that confusing. Women don't need to trust a man in order to sleep with a man. Stop swallowing your blue pill. They are telling you that because you give off Billy vibes. Don't be a chump.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean,
But let me say, to your point, what they'll do, because I've experienced this, is they'll try to change your mind. That's what they try to do. They'll give it up, and they'll go along with the flow, thinking that you'll change your mind. If you tell a woman, I'm not looking for anything serious, I just want something casual, they'll try to change your mind. I've experienced that, and guys who also have dealt with that will tell you that they'll try to change your mind. Yeah.
Sure. I guess my point of contention is more so, even as a guy, even if you're desirous of a serious relationship with this girl, she's going to withhold. But there's no actual guiding values or morals there. It's just this arbitrary thing to get compliance from you, basically.
So, well, I have a much more biological, psychological perspective. I think it's just the power of attraction. I think it's just like with her case. That's why the dude that she found super, super attractive could have a mattress on the floor, and she could still think that he was on drugs and would kill her, but she still slept with him because she said he was gorgeous. That is just a neurophysiological response in the female brain. If she finds you attractive enough, then she will overlook everything else about you that could be hazardous, a red flag, and she'll still sleep with you. That's the way attraction works. It's biology.
I could see that situation going both ways, though. Like, she could still try to do the leverage move of, like, I'm going to wait, still, even in that situation with a really attractive guy. Or she breaks her rules for the really attractive guy and fucks him anyways. I could see it going both ways. But again, my whole issue here is I certainly acknowledge that. It's more so from the perspective of, hey, this woman, she's been promiscuous in the past, gave it up easy. Now you're the next guy who comes along, and then she decides you're the guy who she's gonna make wait. And in my view, I think that if the guy does wait, makes him a sucker.
Absolutely.
Makes him a total sucker,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
he should just go find a girl who has either it's weird though, because these girls could still have genuine desire for the guy, but still be, okay, I'm going to play this game as leverage to get commitment, or because I think that this is the right thing to do or the right move to do, or this is what I read in fucking Cosmo, or I saw on some TikTok, you got to make the guy wait 1, 2, 3 months.
The self-healing journey
to
trying to find themselves, they're trying to change it up. Yeah, all of those things play a factor in their attitudes towards how they proceed with next. I told you, they just be trying to change.
But they'll do this even if the guy, like, at least for me, for example, so I don't have any qualms with sleeping with a girl on the first, second, or third date.
Right.
No qualms there. And if I see long-term potential, it's not going to matter if we hook up quickly.
Right.
Like, I don't know if you've had that experience, probably your girlfriends.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Your long-term relationships. Was it, let's wait 2 months and then get into a relationship, then have sex? Or was it have
It's right
sex
there.
quick
Yeah, it's
and
right
we
there.
continue hooking up, now we're in a relationship?
It's right there.